Hello, everybody. It's Christina Fasonic, broadcasting live from Wheeling, West Virginia. Where else would I be? Even if it wasn't in quarantine, I would certainly be here because I love my city. Damian Dressick and I, and here's Damian now,
Hey,
are
Christina.
going to be presenting to you. Hey, Damian, our next writer, Margo Orlando Littell. And we're really excited to have her here. And Damian will tell you all about the amazing things that she has done with her writing. And I know I cannot wait to hear what she has to read for us tonight. So, Damian, I will get off the screen.
But thank you, Christina, for coming here to Prospect, Pennsylvania. And I have to admit, I might need some more help. But I'm super excited to be presenting Margo Orlando Littell. She's the author of the novels Persistence for 4 Points and Each Vagabond by Name, both published by the University of New Orleans Press. Each Vagabond by Name won the University of New Orleans Publishing Lab Prize and the IPPY Awards Gold Medal for Medal. And is also named one of 15 great Appalachian novels by Bustle. The story of a band of itinerant thieves who wreak havoc of a small Pennsylvania town was based on actual events that occurred with traveling east to the early 2000s. Margo received an MFA from Columbia, and her work has been nominated for the original from Connellsville, Pennsylvania, and that was New Jersey with the family. And tonight we are fortunate enough to hear Margo reading from her new novel. I feel like we're gonna, it's like almost being in a gallery where you're like one of the first people to see work. She's gonna be reading from her new novel.
Damian.
Yeah.
Could you read that again?
Absolutely.
Introduce her because we were having a lot of breakup, but you sound so much better now. Could you introduce her again? I'm so sorry.
Okay. No, I'm excited. And I can just regard that as a rehearsal. That.
Yes. Let me get out of the room and you.
So as I thought I would say, Margo Orlando Littell is the author of the novel The Distance from 4 Points and Each Vagabond by Name, both of which were published by the University of New Orleans Press. Each Vagabond by Name won the University of New Orleans Publishing Lab Prize and an IPPY Awards Gold Medal for Mid-Atlantic Fiction. It is also named one of 15 great Appalachian novels by Bustle. The story, and I love this, I'm super excited, about a band of itinerant thieves who wreak havoc on a small Pennsylvania town was based on actual events that occurred when traveling thieves appeared in the area in the early 2000s. Margo received her MFA from Columbia, and her work has been nominated for a Pushcart Prize. Originally from Connellsville, Pennsylvania, Margo lives in New Jersey right now with her family. And tonight, she is going to be reading from her new novel, The Distance from 4 Points. And I feel excited because we're going to be some of the first people to hear this because the novel is going to be out May 28th. And it is about blighted residential real estate, negligent small-town landlords, and a woman's struggle to make peace with the past. Like all Margo's work, The Distance from 4 Points is set in southwestern Pennsylvania. So please give a warm WCONA Live readings from Northern Appalachia to Margo Orlando Littell. Thanks, Margo.
Thanks so much. Hi, thanks so much, Christina and Damian, for having me. Launching a novel during a pandemic is surreal, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to share my new novel with you. This is The Distance from 4 Points. It's coming out May 28th, as you mentioned, from the University of New Orleans Press. I think you can see the cover here. There we go. And it's about an affluent suburbanite who is forced to return to her southwestern Pennsylvania hometown to manage a collection of decrepit rental properties her late husband blew their savings on. In the section that I'm going to read tonight, she has just arrived in 4 Points. It's close to the beginning of the novel, and she's still shocked to find herself where she is. In the scene, she's just finished collecting rent from her tenants for the very first time. Robin took another Advil and poured a glass of wine. The winter gloom hid the fact that it wasn't even yet 5 o'clock. It could have been worse. She'd been expecting some version of the Laurel Estates trailer park crowd from her childhood. Rough, mean, aggressive dogs, dirty kids, 40s on the windowsills. These people, the Trundles, the Nun, Deirdre, even Anne, were manageable. Still, Anne and Sister Eileen hadn't paid their rent. 2 tenants, $800. She took a long drink of wine, the last bottle left from Mount Rinda, and opened the shoebox where she'd stuffed the cash from the day. Without thinking, she laid it out on the coffee table, instinctively separating the bills and shuffling them to face the same direction. She tamped the stacks long ways, then sideways, deftly evening the edges with an open palm. She rarely dealt with cash in Mount Rinda, maybe 100 at a time from the ATM, but it came back to her. The cottony softness of the bills, the way even the most wrinkled ones assumed their neat place in the pile. The memory was unwelcome, the feel of the thick stack in her fist. When she tallied the cash in her hand and recorded it on the spreadsheet glowing on her laptop, she watched as calculations were performed automatically, turning text from black to red. Robin feared an errant keystroke would erase the whole thing. She tried to make sense of it, the notes and columns, the figures and sums and dates. If anything went wrong, a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a bird cracking a window with its misguided, unfortunate skull, she'd never get home. She was surprised at how easily the high wire calculations returned. She hadn't been extravagant in Mount Rinda, hadn't whiled away the school day hours shopping at the nearby Galleria as so many of her women friends did, collecting Longchamp totes in multiple colors and mooning over Schumacher hothouse flower drapery fabric at $300 a yard. Undeniably, though, she'd let her thriftiness slide. Her yoga pants were made from recycled plastic water bottles and cost $89 a pair. She'd changed her perfume with the seasons. She'd spent the past 20 years not pinching pennies, assuming that their life was built to accommodate indulgences without complex budget adjustments. She never had to skip a phone payment to fill a prescription, substitute a car repair for groceries. Now, just like when she was young, she was keeping her hard-earned money in a shoebox, hoping the shallow well of bills wouldn't run dry. It was a mindset of scarcity. Robin reached for it, stacked it in the box alongside the cash. What she needed to do was put Haley in public school, an intolerable idea. Minimizing the influence of 4 points on Haley was as important or more as saving every penny. Catholic school was a buffer. Robin couldn't let her daughter walk the same halls she had. Haley already had questions about Robin as a teenager and was dissatisfied with Robin's claims that she remembered little about her early years. Keeping Haley separate from the past was the only way to keep her safe. For the moment, the most urgent matter was collecting Anne's and Sister Eileen's rents. That was the clear, true thing these rows and columns showed. When she tried to calm her fears of financial ruin by opening a clean, fresh doc sheet for a to-do list, she felt even worse. She had no idea what to write. She needed so very badly to make people pay. She may as well have been asking herself to spin straw into gold without any straw or spinning wheel. A calendar reminder buzzed on her phone. Saturday, 8:00 p.m., a landlord association meeting. Yes, the landlords. She swallowed the rest of her wine and did her best to slow her breathing. She'd find the help she needed among her own kind. So thanks so much for listening to that little bit of The Distance from 4 Points. Many elements of this novel were inspired by the blighted residential real estate all around Connellsville and other parts of southwestern Pennsylvania. So the story of Robin and her journey are very important to me, and I really hope you all pre-order and tell me what you think about the novel if you do read it. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. I definitely am waiting for May 28th. That is really great work. Wow, outstanding.
Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate that.
That shallow well, that's lovely.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, Christina, we can't hear you.
I believe you sent me the pre-order link, right?
I think I did, yes.
Yeah, so I encourage everyone, if you love this book, what else do you have to do but read great literature right now, right?
That's right. I hope so. It's a strange time to be publishing, but also kind of a nice time because I have a captive audience.
Absolutely, because here we are.
Here we are.
Going, and your work was really magnificent. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye,
Thanks,
everybody. See you on
All right.
Monday.
Bye.
Take care, y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.